Good morning. Happy Friday. Welcome to Hobby Evolution, episode 837. It's the Friday free for all. We will play Name That Player, a little more modern take today. Going modern. We're going to open this pack. Thank you to Red Light 34. He actually provided both of these packs. I don't know what this is, but it looks kind of neat. TriStar Hidden Treasures. It looks like they randomly included vintage cards inside these packs. So maybe we'll pull one. Maybe we'll pull a Honus Wagner. It says the Honus Wagner worth over $100,000. So that tells you how dated this pack is. So this pack is from, what year was this pack from? I don't have a date. Interesting. But 5 cards in there. I think it's just random. I think it's going to be like junk wax. But they paid a pretty penny for this pack. That's nice packaging. So we'll open this for fun, and then we'll play Name That Player. Oh, I don't want to show it. It's a newer pack. I don't want to show it just yet. I'm drinking some nasty coffee this morning. Why? Because I woke up late this morning and I put the coffee on late, which means I pulled it early. And you know how when you pull coffee early when it's not done brewing, that's what I'm dealing with this morning. Why did I wake up or why did I wake up late? My wife went. Oh, by the way, my wife went to see Chicago last night, and I was like, she went to see the Indigo Girls on Tuesday, and I'm like, see ya. I'm not going to watch the Indigo Girls. And she's like, and then Thursday I'm going with my mom to see Chicago. And I'm like, oh, cool. And she kind of gave me this weird look like, why do you think that's cool? So we were having dinner on Wednesday night, and I said something about Chicago. I thought she was going to see Chicago, the band. She's like, you do realize I'm going to see Chicago, the musical. And I'm like, oh, like, because I really would have liked to go see it. And she's like, I'm not an asshole. If I had tickets to see Chicago, the band, I would take you. Chicago, the musical, you don't want to go, correct? Correct. I'll hang out at home with Biscuit and watch NCAA. But, so my wife's at Chicago, the musical, and, it's like, what the hell am I going to have for dinner? And I was hungry. I went grocery shopping hungry last weekend, and I picked up some egg rolls. And I'm like, man, I haven't had egg rolls in a while. I bet these would be good in the air fryer. So that was what I was going to have for dinner last night. So now a lot of these frozen foods have like air fryer instructions. Makes it easy. I don't have to Google. So it says preheat the air fryer to 350. I've never heard of preheating an air fryer. So I put the, they have the paper things that go in so you don't get greasy crap all over the inside of the air fryer, and you don't have to clean it. That's why I like those things. So I put that in, waiting. I don't know when the air fryer dings for preheating. It all of a sudden it made like weird ass noises. Like, what is going on? I open the air fryer as smoke billows out and the paper had started on fire. Oopsie. So I had to turn the fan on. It smelled like burning down house. But it was around that moment my buddy was like, you want to go out for beers? And I'm like, yes. So I had chicken wings at the local bar. So went to downtown Middleton we were going to go to Long Table, and I like their wings, but it's like, please wait to be seated. I'm like, when did they start doing that? I thought it was just a free-for-all. He's like, it's always been like this, but I just go to sit at the bar. But the bar was full. So let's go across the street to the Village Green. And I had chicken wings. So chicken wings and beer and chicken wings. Isn't that a podcast? Chicken wings and beer and chicken wings. So I think I'm going to try round 2 of the, maybe for lunch today, I'll try egg rolls in the air fryer. Egg rolls in the air fryer. That sounds like a band name. What's going on in the chat? Oh, we're also going to, last night as I was eating my chicken wings at the bar, it was a strange night at the bar. The Village Green, it was a strange, I'm like, there was a lady next to me who was like falling down. There was a dude like 2 seats down, like he fell into, like he was walking back from the bathroom and he like ran right into me as I was just sitting at the bar. He was very friendly about it though. And it's like, I turned to my buddy and I'm like, is it me or is everybody just freaking hammered in here tonight? And it's like 7 o'clock. I'm like, what in the hell is going on? And the bartender was, she made a comment to somebody else. She's like, it's been a really weird day in here. But like everybody, so there, the older lady that was sitting next to me at the bar, and she was like just freaking hammered. I don't know who was more hammered, her or the dude that fell into me. And my buddy was like, the dude that fell into me was a loud talker. And like at the end, like toward the end of the night before they left, him and this other dude were talking, and like, nobody knows what they were saying, but they understood each other. And I'm like, this is a freaking Saturday Night Live skit. We are witnessing in real life a Saturday Night Live skit before our own eyes. I'm like, man, I wish I could like, I guess I could have, but it probably would have been in poor taste. Can I just film you guys talking? This would get a lot of hits on YouTube. This is entertaining. Anyway, the lady who was hammered on the other side of me, she got up and left, and some dude sat down, and the bartender was like, you might want to wipe that seat down because I think she tinkled on herself. And I'm like, oh, what the hell is going on here? Wisconsin nights, man. Terry A, good morning. Red Light 34, what's up? Good morning to you. Ed is here. Good morning. Good Friday morning to you, Herman. What's up? Herman, you are way up I checked the standings on the NCAA Tournament bracket challenge this morning. Herman skyrocketed up. Card Hobbyist, what's up? Kyle, good morning to you. Hobby Evolvers, I love it. Where's the host? Everyone hit the like. We should all leave comments afterwards to help Bo with the algorithm. I've been getting some good hits. It was probably because I had like eBay content and I maybe stuck to the subject the last couple days. eBay frequently asked questions, and then yesterday we talked about sourcing, where to source. Those were good topics, and we pretty much stayed on track. It wasn't like a free-for-all, which it normally is here. But a lot more views than, well, not a lot more views, but more views than normal. Jenny says, top of the morning. It's chilly in Minnesota, 10 degrees. Yeah, it's a little cold here. 26, better than 10. But I think we're just going to be in like that 40-degree range. Although it was only 43 yesterday, but it felt warmer. I think it was because the sun was out. Because Biscuit did get a walk. We had carpet cleaners here yesterday. So that kind of like threw my day in disarray. It's going to be 47 today, so Biscuit will get another walk. It says it's supposed to snow tomorrow, but it's going to be 42. So if it does snow, it's not going to last. And the ground should be pretty warm. Like we got some overnight snow, yesterday, 2 nights ago, and it didn't last. It was disappointing to wake up to, but by the end of the day, it melted. It was all melted away. We had carpet cleaners here yesterday. So the beginning of craziness with selling the house. Carpet cleaner came. So I was like confined in here because obviously there's no carpet in here. Confined in here, and that kind of like I was completely caught up on my shipping, which is by 5 o'clock I'm at 0 items to ship. I've been really good. I've been like holding myself accountable, like ship, and list. And in doing so, I'm keeping myself honest, shipping and listing and shipping, shipping and listing and shipping. So I was at 0 at 5 p.m. I'm at 37 right now. And some of those were multi-card orders. Some big orders came through overnight. So thank you if you're watching for those big orders, or for any orders for that matter. So I'll ship. Today we've got it. So carpet cleaners were here. So that kind of threw my day in a little disarray. Today I still need to get a haircut. So that's something that I didn't get to do yesterday. Today we're meeting. So HVAC was at the new house. And today I think we're meeting blinds. My wife's like, you should probably be here just for like the basement part. And I'm like, okay. Can you just like text me when you're ready for me in the basement? Because I don't want to be there for 2 hours talking about window treatments. Is that what they call blinds? Window treatments, whatever it is. And then, my wife mentioned yesterday, she goes, we're going to go with this color for the base. Is it baseboards? Whatever that is. And this is, so like our current house, it's going to be, the baseboards are going to be a little, I think, darker, and the walls are going to be a little lighter. I don't know how that works, but she's like, are you okay with that? I'm like, yeah, it looks the same to me. Like, it doesn't even look different to me. She's like, it's very different. And I'm like, she's like, are you okay with that being in the same in the basement? I'm like, yeah, if it's cheaper. I mean, if I make a different choice and it's more expensive, then I don't want to, because I don't care. So she's like, it's not going to be cheap. I'm like, well, as long as it's not more expensive. How about that? David, good morning. Victor is in the house. What's up, Victor? Augusta Lawn Care is here. Good morning, all. Back from the hospital. Missed you all. Surgery was a success. 2 days, cancer-free. That is freaking awesome. Congratulations. That is awesome. That is great news to hear. David, what's up? Good morning to you. Glad they put $1 million card in cheap foil packs. That is a little ironic, isn't it? You could find $1 million Honus Wagner in this card that we're just going to throw in boxes at Walmart. It's a good observation. Harlan, what's happening? Red Light 34 sending out Jenny's box today. Hall of Fame card collector, what's up? What profit margin are you looking for when selling a card? The biggest profit margin. No. So basically, when I sell $1.50 with free shipping card, and so I'm going to elaborate on this, because many people will say, it's not worth your time. It's not worth my time. So $1.50 card is about 35 cents net profit after fees, supplies, postage, all that. 35 cents for $1.50 free shipping. So that's basically why when I send out offers on $1.50 cards, and I will do that, I go $1.40, and then I don't. Sometimes when I'm in a good mood and somebody counters at $1.25, I'll take it, but not often. It's like, it's $1.40. That's my price. I know it's a 2003 Topps Total Common, but that's my price. The goal is to not sell one single card. And here's why. Here's the time issue. Now, if I was only selling $1.50 free shipping cards and the occasional $1.25, $1.35 cards and making 35 cents a card, I wouldn't be doing this. The goal, and that's why there's volume discounts, buy 7 or more at regular price, and it's 25% off. Every once in a while, I'll throw those 50% coupons your way, 50% sales, flash sales. That's to encourage volume buys. So here's where it gets fun. Take, for example, the buyer that bought like 7 Brian Taylor cards. And you're like, Brian Taylor? Nobody, that's a penny card. Well, I had 7 of them, $1.50 each. And they bought 7 to get that 25% off. So let's do the math. So 7 times $1.50 is $10.50. But he gets 25% off minus 263. So what's that? 1050 minus 263. So 787. Okay. So let's see, fees on that. Let's just say fees are what? It's going to be over $1. So $1.25. Let's just round up. $1.25 on fees. 60 cents on postage, about 20 cents on supply. Let's make it 25 cents on supplies and everything else. So that's $5.75 net profit on 7 Brian Taylor cards. And that's divided by 7, 82 cents. That's 82 cents a card. I may not have done the math correct. Well, yeah, give or take a few cents. 575 selling Brian Taylor cards. So that's a goal. Volume is the goal. But that's kind of what I'm looking at for $1.50 cards, and then sometimes I'm looking to kind of elaborate on if it's more than $1. What do I have in the card? The important thing is not selling at comps. It's selling at a price that people will buy quickly and that I still make money. For example, the bulk Bowman lot, the boxes that I bought a few weeks ago. I'm listing some like first Bowmans and first Bowman Chromes, and it's like, should I list these now or should I just sit on them? What if this, and here's the thing about, especially when it comes to Bowman paper, first Bowman paper, unless they become Jordan Walker, Julio Rodriguez, it's probably going to be, even a really good player, great player coming up, it's going to be less than $5. It's going to be $3-4. You get to the Jordan Walkers, the Julio Rodriguez, then they go for more. But I paid ultimately in that bulk buy, I paid 3 cents a card. So I'm cool. Like I listed some first Bowman Yankees from Bowman Draft, $1.50 free shipping. And if you come into my store, take a look around. Links in the description. I listed, there were like 3 or 4 Yankees. There were some Padres. I think Yankees and Padres is what I listed last night before I met up with my buddy. And there's like 8 to 10 of each card. If you want them all for $1 or 99 cents each, send me an offer. And I'll sell them for 99 cents each. If you're buying if you're buying all of them, or 6 of them, or whatever the number might be. So it just kind of depends. But that's my margins on $1.50 free shipping. The rest, it's basically my buy-in. It doesn't have to do with this card last comped at $10, so it's going to be $10, and I'm not going to take less than $9 for it. It's like if it's been sitting in my store, and that's the thing. If a card has been sitting in my store for a year or 6 months or 3 months, and somebody, say I have it listed for $100 and I don't even have offers, and somebody comes in and offers me 60% off my list price, I'm taking it. And that happens often. It's like, if this card's been sitting in my store for a year and hasn't sold, or I haven't even received offers on it, it means it's not priced accordingly. And so a lot of times 60-70% offers come in off, and I'll take them. I can't remember. There was a card recently that actually came up, and it's like, this is way under, but I'm not going to risk countering and them just sitting on it. Like that could be their final price. So with basically, like with everything else, there's not a correct answer. It's just it's completely gray area. Kevin, what's up? Good morning. Card Hobbyist says, if someone told me they were going to see Chicago, I would assume city, then sports team, then band, then musical. So that what I told my buddy this story last night, and the first thing he goes was, the city. The city. I'm like, nope. He goes, the band. Nope. The musical. Let's see. Where are we at? Where did we leave off? Card Hobbyist. Augusta Lawn Care. As soon as he said air fryer and paper, I knew where this was going. Hey, live and learn, right? At least the house didn't burn down. Got the smoke smell out. So we'll see. I had gone to bed before my wife got home. So we'll see if she noticed the smell in the air when she got home last night. Steve Ains Comedy, what's up? Good morning to you. Raphael is here. What's happening? Let's see. Johnny Boy Cards, happy Friday to you. On our way to 90 here. Brian, where are you? 90 would be nice. Tomatoes are outside already. Oh my gosh. You guys are throwing this in my face. We've got frost. I'm wearing heavy clothing. It's cold. Throw Your Day in Disarray sounds like a song by a new band called the Hobby Evolvers. I love it. I think shipping daily helps boost sales with the eBay algorithm. Can't prove that though. I'm pretty sure it does. And you'll notice, and I started when I started selling more, like during the pandemic, where it went from like just kind of a side hustle to a part-time job. I noticed like when I would ship, all of a sudden I cannot imagine the volume of sales I would have, or the volume of sales I would have had during the pandemic if I had 30 plus thousand listings back in 2020 and 2021. Because I was up to 2.3% daily sell-through rate. Now, I had 3,000 listings and they were better listing. I wasn't listing like the 1998 Bowman set. I wasn't listing a bunch of 2003 Topps Total Commons. It was like the best of what I had. Like I would list. Now I would list, and then that's when I started tinkering around with, hey, Brian, I've got some Brian Taylors. Let's see if they sell. Boom, they sell. But 2.3% daily sell-through rate is crazy. Just for a point of reference, 0.23 times, say I've got 34,000 listings, getting close to it. That's 782 sales per day. If that daily sell-through rate from February of 2021 was consistent, that's where I would be at. Which I knew at the time, was not, that sell-through rate was not sustainable. Let's see. Where are we at? I got a message, and the message and somebody, I'm not going to say, but there was a comment made in a message sent to me that I will say, I noticed the same thing this morning. I actually noticed that same thing. And whoever sent that message, if you're listening and watching, I actually noticed. I was going to message you just this morning because I noticed that exact same thing. Let's see. So I do think shipping daily, and I noticed that during the pandemic, was when I would sit down and start shipping, all of a sudden it's like I would ship 12 items and I would sell 12 items. Those were crazy times. I'm not seeing that anymore, because there's not this crazy demand like we saw 2 years ago. Should the blind guy be allowed to measure windows? But text me when you were ready for me in the basement, Bo, out of context. After I said that, that's what she said. George, what's up? Good morning. Good evening, I should say. Jenny says, dear buyers of eBay, sellers have zero idea what account is watching an item. So if you want 2 cards for $1 each, you have to send the offer to the seller. Then the seller knows the username. Yes, exactly. Because I will get messages from people that they're like offended by when I send them offers of $1.40, and they're like, but I'm watching this card, or I don't know how, but every once in a while I'll receive these messages and it's like they're annoyed with me. I actually had somebody send me a message that said, stop sending me offers. And it's like, I don't control who they go to. Like if you're watching an item, you're just going to have to like block. I don't know. Can you block? I know sellers can block buyers. Can buyers block? I don't know how that works. If you put me on the block list, does that prevent you from receiving my offers? Paul Heath, what's up? Good morning. Card hobbyist, volume is where the bread is buttered. Yes. That should be a shirt. Flipping sports guy, even if the math is off, it's more than anyone should make on a Brian Taylor card. I agree with that, but I'm okay with it. But the thing is, like I have paid more than I should on like Ty Griffin Cubs cards. If it's like a because Ty Griffin was the number one draft pick for the Cubs in 1988. He was on Team USA. He was a hot prospect in 1988-89. And that was also the height of Broder cards, which not technically all of them were not Broder cards, but they just were assigned that name because of Broder, the photographer. Unlicensed cards. And Ty Griffin has a bunch, and it's like if I see one, it's like, oh, I've never seen that one. I'll pay $2 or $3 for it for Ty Griffin. And there's people like that with Brian Taylor. It's like, oh, I remember Brian Taylor. There's a lot of nostalgia that goes into it. James, what's up? Sell them to me, he says. I will have another box of Bowman Draft at the Rockford Card Show in 2 weeks, like 2 weeks from Saturday. Let's see. Kyle says, amen, Jenny, nor does an eBay seller have control over what eBay charges a buyer for sales tax. Yes, that's another one. I don't want to pay. I don't want to pay sales. I'm like, I'm sorry. That's not going to me. Going to any shows this weekend? No. So, I think I'm actually, I think I've decided not to do the Green Bay show, on April 15th, just because April is going to be a crazy month. So my next show that I'll be set up is in Rockford on April 8th. So April 1st, I'll be out of town. That's when showings on our house will be done. And so I'm heading back to Anawan, which we learned about the history of the name Anawan yesterday. April 8th, I'll be at the Rockford Card Show. And then I think I'm going to take the following weekend off, April 15th. And then the following weekend, April 23rd, which is a Sunday, I'll be set up in Janesville. And then the last Saturday of the month, April 29th, is the Madison Card Show. And I was talking, my buddy Mark, I actually met him. He was a dealer at the very first Madison Card Show and set up at several Madison Card Shows. And then he's taken, his kids are in hockey. He kind of got, he had like the same stuff. And so he wasn't getting much traction. So I'm like, just take a few months off. So he's coming back. I'm going to set up again at the April show. And I'm like, and we used to set up like along the back wall next to it. I'm like, we can make it a reunion. So he's in. So, and he hasn't been set up in probably 6 months, I think. And I'm like, we're only 5 weeks out. And I'm already starting to have to like limit, like somebody wanted 3 tables. And I'm like, I can't guarantee. I'm like, I can do 2 tables because I want to get, as many different vendors into the show as I can. So I'm going to start limiting to take. So it's going to be a sell. I had somebody else reach out yesterday and they're like, how many tables are left? And I'm like, well, a few, but it's going to be sold out in the next couple of weeks. So it's definitely going to be a sellout, and I need to make sure that I get, I want to make sure those that are confirmed will actually show up and not no show. I had a guy no show me on Saturday, which was okay because there wasn't a waiting list. This past show, like that's the difference a month makes, and when it is on the calendar, which is mostly out of my control. But March, I'm taking up an entire wall, 6 tables myself, not sold out. And then now April, I'm having to limit tables, and it's going to be sold out, weeks in advance. So that's how shows roll. But I had a no show, and I think it's at least his second no show, possibly third. So he's out. Let's see. So that's my April calendar. Brian M. Walker can become Brian Taylor in a month. Yep. Why is Trey Turner so underrated? It's a great question. It's a great question. He was one of the, there were 3 shortstops that I wanted the Cubs to sign before Dansby Swanson. I'm now happy with the Dansby Swanson signing. After looking at his stats and, breaking down, the financials, it's easy for us as fans to spend our favorite team's money. But we do have to look at that, because if you have these contracts that are like Jason Hayward, you're stuck, and it prevents you from signing other good players. So we do have to kind of look at the financials, but in the contracts that Trey Turner received, Xander Bogaerts, who was the other one, Carlos Correa, it's like, we got Dansby, we got a deal. What's with the Braves? And we get Dansby at I think is a steal of a contract. The Braves are signing like Acuna and Albies for like pennies on the dollar, it seems. What's going on? Zach and Porter says, picking up my teas from yesterday, I did land on a price with Bo for a Saberhagen rookie. I also procured, it was a Craig Biggio 1988 score update. Bo left the negotiation as the only party happy. He's doing it right. Thank you, Zach. Thank you, Zach. Let's see. Augusta says, good question. Picker, last year's MVP, was jokingly asking him to stop showing up the whole team the other day, which is basically the same as an all-star team. Denny says, agree, don't leave money sitting in boxes. Where are we at? Let's see. We will be playing Name That Player. We're also going to rip into this pack, looking for a Honus Wagner. Let's see. Where are we at? We got to get to an update on the NCAA bracket challenge as well. Let's see. Here we are. He went to Philly. It seems like a curse. No one from Philly gets the love they deserve. Uncle Rich in the house. On a self-serving publicity note, Curt Schilling, yes, future Hall of Famer Curt Schilling, responded to my post about Rhys Hoskins' injury. I saw that, Rich. I saw that. I don't know. Curt Schilling is a weird dude. And I read the post, and I didn't really understand the point he was trying to make. But I might have had a couple beers. Flipping Sports Guy says Trey didn't get a ton of love before Philly either. He didn't. It's probably because he just puts his head down and plays the game. He was also overshadowed. When he was in Washington, he was overshadowed by a guy named Juan Soto. And maybe since he was overshadowed by Juan Soto, it was just like, yeah, it's just Trey Turner. He's no Juan Soto. And then people just forget about him, even when he moves on to other teams. Uncle Rich says, later he had a really well thought out post about the mixed options in the World Baseball Classic. He would have been honored to play. Interesting. I did not see the follow-up. The post was a Facebook post. I should have noticed. Let's see. Any word on Hoskins? How bad is it? Let's see. Where are we at? Torn ACL. Ouch. Yeah, so he's going to be out for a year. Brian says Southwest Florida spring training town for Twins and Red Sox. Excellent. That's been plastered over every social media outlet since yesterday evening. FYI, not everyone on YouTube is on social media. That's a good point. I've been a little busy sitting in a hospital bed. There you go. Let's see. Rich says, Jenny, I know that. Just wanted to say something with pride. There's actually a lot of collectors that don't have social media. It's estimated only 8% of collectors are on any social media platform. Let's see. Jenny was talking to Flipping Sports Guy. Let's see. Where are we at? Let's see. Okay. Let's see. Dan in the house. What's up, Dan? Good morning, all. Happy Friday. Hit the like button. Thank you, Dan. Let's see. I had a guy buy all 7 offers I sent and asked for his 25% off. I was nice and gave it to him because I would have gave him a better deal if I knew the offers were all to him. Yeah, that's let's see. Brian, Steve says, do you live in Southwest Florida or just visiting? US Sports Cards. Dan says, do you have eBay withhold anything for taxes, or do you put money aside throughout the year? I do not have them withhold anything. Like I keep enough in my account to cover expenses. So that's how I handle it. You have to be disciplined to do that. I mean, it doesn't matter if you're in business selling cards or you're in business selling real estate. Like, you just have to be disciplined and keep, not all of your cash in your accounts are liquid because you have to hold back for taxes. So I don't hold it back in eBay. It all comes to my bank account, minus the fees, and goes into my account. And then when my accountant says you owe this, it's coming straight out of your account. Make sure you have the money in your account. So I always do. Flawed Thinker says, I will be going to the Chantilly show and hoping to meet Chris Seawall. Jenny says, we have a local show on April 8th. I'm curious how it will be with it being Easter weekend. Let's see. Do people celebrate Easter? Like, I mean, okay, that sounds dumb. We were never a big Easter household in my, we weren't also, I think Easter's like is it more of a, well, I think it's a kid holiday. Well, I guess we did Easter egg hunts, but it wasn't like a thing in my house, Easter. Like, my mom put an Easter basket, baseball cards and candy. When I was real young, we'd have Easter egg hunts at my aunt's house, but it really wasn't it wasn't like a holiday. And then, like, when I started dating my wife, she's Jewish, so obviously she doesn't celebrate Easter. Like our first Easter, or our first year together, when Easter fell, she's like, "Aren't you going home for Easter?" And I'm like, "No." Why would I go home for Easter? So I don't know, but I'm sure it could have an effect. The thing with card shows and what affects card shows, I mean, and you see this, and especially when traffic's down, there's always excuses. Well, it's Easter. Oh, the Daytona 500. Oh, it's college football. There's always something. Oh, there's this going on, that going on. It's a nice day. It's too cold. It's too hot. There's always an excuse. Why is the traffic down? Oh, it's too cold. Why is it? Oh, it's raining. Nobody wants to leave the house because it's raining. There's always an excuse. Sal Dougie, what's up? Good morning. Jason Hayward is going to start the season with the Dodgers. Well, that's good. Jason Hayward's a really good person, so I'm glad to see him make the team. He just didn't perform well with the Chicago Cubs, which was disappointing because he was such a nice person. Let's see. Brian says, Steve, I live in Cape Coral. Low roller scratcher in the house, and he sold 5 items on ComC. That means you have to list more. Send more cards to ComC. Let's see. Steve says, what's Steve say? Where are we at? Steve says, I live in Rotunda West. Did I pronounce that correctly? Am I buying more Goodwill pallets? I was actually just thinking about that yesterday, as I'm like hauling all of this bulk up to my car to sell it today, making a bulk sale today, another truckload. Woohoo! And I'm like, you know what? I'm about due for another Goodwill pallet. Might be a couple weeks. Might be a couple weeks yet before one pops up. But yeah, if one does pop up, we'll see. It's going to be kind of crazy. I probably shouldn't, but I said that on the last pallet, and I'm glad I did. Cubs just announced they sent infielder Esteban Quiroz to the Phillies for cash considerations. I kind of wondered if they were going to try to deal him. Same with Zach McKinney. There's kind of a logjam with middle infielders and infielders in general. I think Quiroz is a third baseman because they've got McKinstry. Madrigal's kind of an odd man out. He's going to be a bench guy. So it'll be interesting to see who gets dealt for cash considerations. So I see Quiroz is one of those guys, and that's kind of what I was thinking. Dansby will be a fan favorite for the Cubs, but often his offensive slumps will make you want to pull out your hair. Signed from a Braves fan. Terry says, I wish eBay would show the name of the person making an offer. I agree. Without having to click on them, could identify those making multiple offers easier. Totally 100% agree, because I usually have an idea, and I'm gonna kind of extrapolate on this. So let's see if I have. I don't know if anybody else is having issues with the offers screen within the eBay app, because what's happening is it's taking forever to load. It actually did load, and then it says you have no offers, and it's like, no, it says I have 42. But I'll go through, and it's like, let's see if I have any. So there's two people watching my Cubs autograph 8x10s, Gary Fensick and Dennis McKinnon. It's likely it's the same person watching both of those, but I don't know. So that's why when I send an offer, I leave offers open, because if I send an offer, now those have been sitting in my store for like 3 years, but I'm going to have to ship them bubble mailer. It's going to cost me $4 to ship. So that's kind of, you're in that range where it's like, but I've ran into the fact where it's like, there's 10 Don Mattingly cards that are being watched. And I'm like, I bet this is the same person. And I send, like, say it's $1.20 on each of them. And guess what? It's like 4 different buyers. And so I'm losing money on each of those transactions. John, that 70s card show, what's up? Single day eBay record Wednesday, $800 plus in sales. Dark side of that is I'll be blowing it on cards like a drunk sailor. Congratulations and congratulations. U.S. Sports Cards. Dan says, next Saturday, I'm dressing up as an Easter bunny at my work for fun for the kids. I dressed up as an Easter bunny once, only once. It was hell. Let me tell you, it was hell. I don't like kids. I just like little kids, like kids that can't talk yet. I like kids that are like, once they can talk, that it's cool. But like babies, oh, freaking, all they do is poop and cry. I don't like babies. So I dress up as the Easter bunny when I worked for the radio station. Oh, Bo will do it. Bo will do anything. So I dress up as the Easter bunny, and I'm like, it's just dressing up as the Easter bunny. I will tell you, dressing up as the Easter bunny at like a Easter egg hunt with 1,000 kids, you're like a freaking rock star, celebrity, superstar athlete, all in one. You're like the most popular person ever dressed as the Easter bunny. The downside of that is you're the most popular with a bunch of like snotty-nosed kids. Sorry. Parents out there like, oh my God, you're a terrible person. You hate kids. I just stay away. So that was okay. That was actually okay. What wasn't okay was I'm not the actual Easter bunny, parents. And I went to, it was a grocery store. I think it was a chain in Illinois, Neiman's County Market. So get your picture taken with the Easter bunny. Bo. It's just Bo in a bunny suit. It's not the actual Easter bunny. So there I am sitting on this chair, and parents just blindly set their kids on my lap like I'm the frickin' Easter bunny. Okay, this sucks. I'm like telling my boss, this is hell. I'm never doing this again. You owe me big time. Whatever you're paying me for this, triple it. That still wasn't the worst. The worst came when this mom with a baby. Here, can you hold the baby? No! I don't know how to hold a baby. I'm not the Easter bunny. Lady, don't give me your baby. What the hell is wrong with you? You're handing over a baby to some 20-year-old kid in a frickin' bunny suit. I don't want your baby. Go home. Take your baby. What the Parents, open your eyes. I'm not comfortable holding your frickin' baby. I don't know how to hold a baby. I could break it. What is wrong with people? Oh my God. That, Dan, I hope that, Dan, you have kids, so you at least know how to hold babies. I was like 25 years old. I didn't know how to hold a baby. Oh, just hold it by the, okay. And I'm like a freaking frozen like a statue. Okay, I'm in place. Just, okay. Pretend I'm like this, pretend I'm like a doll and just move my arms and hands where they're supposed to be to protect this baby so I don't drop it. Okay. Hold the head. Okay. Here. Oh, okay. I'm not moving. Get the mom over here. Mom, take your freaking baby. Fortunately, that was the only time I had to dress as the Easter Bunny. So, here's the thing: I have nieces and I have great nieces and nephews. I even have a great. Yes, I'm 40 years old and have a great niece with another one on the way. Don't ask about my family tree. Remember Curly Bill? Yeah, it runs in the family. Sometimes the excuses are legit, sometimes it's not. Dan, send photos. We want to see Dan in the Easter Bunny costume. I'm going to tweet out my photo, and it was like the creepiest Easter Bunny costume ever. Dan, what's up? If the Cowboys are playing very well and there is a noon game on Sunday, any show in Dallas is in trouble. That's the Schaumburg show in Illinois is a Sunday show. And during football season, it's Bears. So by 11, 12 o'clock, that show's dead. Card Hobbyist says, my Filipino family always got together for dinner on Easter. Let's see. Augusta says, awesome sports guarantee. You will probably have as much fun as the kids do. Rich says, yes, please send more cards to ComC. Low roller. There you go. If you're selling, you've got to send more. They sell. The person who bought my last bulk did so well that he asked me if I had more. He knew there was more. That's awesome. Dan says, was there ever a period of time early on when you thought the Madison Card Show wasn't going to make it? If so, how did you stick with it? No, I never thought that. I knew that it was going to be, I never thought it would get to the point of what it became and what it is now. I thought 50 tables was going to be the max. And I knew in the first cut, it took a few months to get to 50. It took like 3 or 4 shows before we broke that mark. But I always knew that it was going to be a success because there wasn't anything else like it in this area. So I always knew it was going to work. I didn't think it would be as popular as what it became. And I'm also realistic that it's probably not going to be this popular till the end of time or, for the next 20 years or maybe even 5 years, maybe even next year, maybe I'm down to 50 tables. You never know. But I'm prepared for that. So I will say, I think there's still sustainability for a Madison Card Show with 40 to 50 tables. I think they're even in the lowest of lows. Take a look back at 10, 15 years ago in the hobby where it was, quote, dead. All things, comparing it to, over time, I think you could say 2010-ish era, it was pretty dead in the hobby. I think there's still demand for a 25 to 50 table show here in Madison. Let's see. Jenny says, if you're lucky, the pallet shows up early part of next week. You get it by Friday and drive it to Illinois for storage. Your mom won't mind. Hey, she's been bringing me a lot of stuff, so there's probably room. John says, eBay off thing is clunky. I've said before, but I'd love to be able to bulk accept or bulk decline. Yes, 100% agree. Jenny says, eBay app is completely goofy. Can't send offers. Can't see paid ship now. Have 0 active listings. That's weird. So the only thing I've been experiencing this for a couple weeks now is like offers. It says 41 send offer to buyers. And then when I click on it, it just takes forever. And then many times I'll have to refresh it before I actually get to the screen. Like I just clicked it and it says, you don't have any active. And we just saw it just a moment ago. So then I have to scroll up and, it's thinking, and then boom, there's my offers. Terry says, I'm having the same loading problem. It's even on the website. Geez. Easter change date each year. Yes. Jenny says, even if it's the same buyer you send offers to as a seller, you are not guaranteed to have buyer accept on all. They might accept only one. That's another good point. Another eBay complaint. Each eBay verification has to be sent separately to PSA. I have 3 items going out. Would love to put them in a box. Instead, I have to pay shipping on 3 items. I didn't realize that. Let's see. Victor says, oh boy, baby rant. Okay, we've caught up in the chat somewhat. I'm struggling with not losing money after fees on eBay. Then my thought is you're probably running auctions, and I would not run auctions. If it's not on auctions, if it's on buy it now, you need to adjust your pricing. Let's see. George says, I'm going to stoop to being Santa this winter for $10 a pop for a photo. Seriously. You're a better man than I. You're a better man than I. What's up, baseball card curmudgeon? John, I guess the positive of that is if something gets lost, stolen in transit, you only have 1 item versus the 3. That's a good point. Bo is the Easter equivalent of Krampus. Yes. Do you have photos of you as the Easter bunny? I do. Your CP family wants to know. I do. I will dig those. I think there's only one. Fortunately, there's only one, but it's creepy as hell. Let's see. TD Sports Cards, what's up? Let's see. Victor says, how about dressing up as the Easter bunny at the Madison Card Show? Not a frickin' chance. When is Easter this year? I don't even know when Easter is. Let's see. Low Roller says, I never sent card on ComC. I just buy cards and then flip. Rich says the Garfield, New Jersey show, which our friend Mark M goes to just about every time, has been a success for more than 20 years. Rich says that's fine as well. Then buy more cards. There you go. Victor's going to register to ComC to do some shopping. Low Roller says, I saw a person stole downtown cards on breakers on whatnot. Yeah, I've seen the videos. There's like 3 videos this week alone on bad breakers on whatnot. Cody 608, what's up? Good morning. I think my first card show was your first Madison card show. Crazy to see how fast it grew. Many thanks. Thank you. I appreciate you for sticking through it, because the first show was 17 tables in that upstairs ballroom, which now fits over 70 tables. And I'm glad people, didn't just write it off right away. Travis says, I think the app is just having issues. It's still telling me that a card has been paid and is shipped now. I hate it when it does that. Let's see. Dan says, oh, shoot, skip too far ahead. Oh, no. This has turned into my favorite episode ever. Rich says, by the way, someone on Net54 asked about scanning baseball cards, so I just sent them to some of your old videos. Thank you. Awesome. Hall of Fame Card Collector says, how do I get people to come to my eBay store without paying for an actual store membership, and how do I lower fees? Unfortunately, the more you pay, the more traction you get. What is it? Pay to play. So that's just kind of promoting is just kind of how they boost it. That's kind of the answer. And I don't know, like, your situation, how many listings you have, but once you get to a certain threshold, then it pays to have a store membership. Lowering fees, you just can't. I mean, there's no way around the fees. You can lower your overhead costs on supplies and other stuff like that, but fees cannot be lowered. Well, actually, if you get a store, your final value fee goes from 13.5 to 12.3. So you'll get like a 1% discount on fees. Dan says, this will be year 2 of me in the bunny suit, but I will be outside waving and dancing. Nobody sitting on any laps. Well, that's good. That's good. Flipping Sports Guy says, paying fees on eBay is a good thing. It means you're making sales. Absolutely. Fees are good. Don't fear fees. That was actually a show title. Too many people want to avoid all these fees. Fees are good. It's like taxes. The more money you have to pay in taxes means the more money you're making, and that's a good thing. Now, you want to use every loophole possible to get that taxable income decreased so you don't have to pay so much in taxes. But that you'll have to talk to an accountant, and he can guide you. I cannot keep up with LRS bipolarity. Bipolarity, I like that word. Where's my scoreboard? Here's my scoreboard. So we are going to keep score. Oh, before we play, make sure I get I want to show off some of my mail day from yesterday. Is this a dry erase? Make sure it's a dry erase. So we're going to keep score on the whiteboard. Whiteboard. Before we get to name that player, I want to show some mail days. I went on a shopping spree last week. I got a Bowman Platinum Kevin Made. He's kind of a sleeper prospect this year. Daniel Palencia is a guy that I really like. He just throws nasty heat. He'll probably be in Double-A this year. I saw him at High A last year. Starting pitcher, he's kind of, and I think I can get these on the cheap because he's kind of projected as a relief pitcher. And he's a super nice guy. He's, if you're familiar with the Cubs, everybody talks about how Christopher Morel is always smiling. Daniel Palencia is just like that. Super nice guy, kid. And so I'm rooting for him. He hits triple digits. Throws 100 to 102 on his fastball. So I've been picking up some. He's in Prism Draft. So this is the blue Prism. A lot of these I bought from the same Two Bros. This is a lime green numbered out of 75. I love, I hate that Panini has like freaking 75 different colors, but some of these are cool. This is, I think this is snake skin. This is numbered out of 25. This is a cracked ice numbered out of 23. And then we got some autos. Oh, no, I got one more. Tiger Stripes, numbered out of 99. And then I got 3 autos. These are all Daniel Palencia. Here's a red auto numbered out of 50. Here's a cracked ice. This is numbered out of 12. And finally, a blue auto to 99. So Daniel Palencia. My Daniel Palencia collection is growing. And I think I have a couple more on the way, and I'm bidding on some. This was a really nice. I love this card. Christian Hernandez, gold UFO auto, numbered out of 50 from Bowman's Best. Yeah, Bowman's Best. Very pretty card. And probably my favorite, I didn't have the Ethan Roberts Father's Day, and I saw one in a PSA slab, and I got this at a really good price. I think I only paid $30, $35 for this. So Father's Day numbered out of 50, PSA 9. So my first slabbed Ethan Roberts card. So that was that all came yesterday. So it was a fun mail day yesterday. So let's get to the chat, and then we're going to open up this pack before we play Name That Player on a Free for All Friday. Let's see. Low Roller says follow Trump tax loopholes. Flipping Sports Guy says my way to lower this year is to pay my son to pull cards. I'd have spent profits on him anyways. Now he learns some work. That's a great idea. See, kids are good for something. John says I use 2% promo and it drives traffic. As others have said here, it's pay to play. Yep. Card Hobbyist says I was using 2% flat, but switched to dynamic up to 8%. I'm on dynamic. I think that's what I'm on, dynamic, and I think mine's 5 to 10. 5 to 10. And it's insane. I had I had some. Did I have the numbers up? Crap. I wrote down the numbers. I don't know where they're at, but it's just insane how much of a difference it makes to promote your listings. Rich says back in the day, just about every Dave Henderson card showed him smiling. John's okay at 2%. I'm shy. Dave Henderson, the polar opposite of George Hendrick cards. Paige and Deanie Bean in the house. What is up? Just in time. He says he's been a busy little beaver the past 2 weeks. You're just in time for Name That Player. Before we get to it, though, let's open this pack. By the way, both packs today, courtesy of Red Light 34. Thank you, Mike. Red Light 34. So this one is TriStar Hidden Treasures, the world's greatest card chase. Find the most valuable baseball card, the T206 Wagner. At this time, it was worth over $100,000. What's it now? $1 million? At least $1 million. So I'm not sure. I looked earlier. I can't find the year these were printed. But look for randomly inserted vintage cards, autographed cards, star rookie cards, and much more. So this will be a fun pack to open. So there's 5 cards per pack, and I think it's like junk wax, essentially. And who knows how many of these they actually made. So, yes, so it's Junkie Wax. Our first, it's a superstar though. Ozzie Smith, 94 Upper Deck, Ozzie Smith. Oh, upside down, but an upside down card doesn't mean it's a hit. It's just an upside down Chad Kruger from 89 Donruss. Let's see. Here we've got rookie card from 94 Topps. Coming attractions, Paul Swingle and Mark Holzman. There's no Honus Wagner. There's no Honus Wagner in here. 84 Topps, Al Holland. I will say TriStar had a pretty good gig going. 89 Topps, Brad Moore. They charged 99 cents for these packs for 5 cards. So what's that, 20 cents a card? But we did get an Ozzie Smith. Man, what a killing they made. Just put those there. So back in the chat, Andrew got a new job. Congrats. Do you stick 55-point cards in PWE? If they are non-relics, I will. They are a little rigid. I don't have too many that I sell. I don't even know what 55 point, how thick that is, but if it's a relic, I will not. John says Walmart exclusive. I think those TriStar were Walmart exclusives. Hall of Fame says I have 62 auctions right now. I hate auctions as a seller. I love them as a buyer for the same reason. Stuff sells cheap at auction. So here we go. We have a whiteboard for the scoreboard. Oh, hey, we haven't. Oh, man, I'm all over the place. We haven't given an update on March Madness. So name that player. We're playing 2012 Topps Series 1. Let's go into our bracket. So we are playing for this bad boy. Haven't even opened. Make sure Blowout sent me the right box. By the way, neither Topps nor Blowout Cards supplied this box. I paid for this box with my own money. I had to sell. How many cards do I have to sell for that? That's a lot of $1.50 cards. To provide some fun in the bracket challenge. Oh, I'm a moron. This is why my wife doesn't let me open packages. Let's see. Okay. Make sure they send me the correct box. We are playing for this 2023 Topps Series 1 hobby box. So the overall winner will win this very box. Okay. By the way, I am in the bracket challenge, but I am ineligible to win. So doesn't look like I'm going to, but if I were to win, whoever takes second in the bracket challenge. First place still after the first half of the Sweet 16 games. Daniel Snodgrass, my buddy Daniel, has 57 points. He has the Texas Longhorns winning. Herman, 3B Collection, our buddy Herman is in second place with 56 points. Melanie Fasano is in third place. She has Gonzaga winning. Oh, by the way, Herman has Alabama winning, still alive. Melanie's in third place with 55 points. And then we've got a tie for fourth. Our buddy Terry A, is in fourth place with Corey Miller. Ed is in sixth place with 53 points, but he has Duke winning. We've got a tie for seventh. Tom Gibson from Peoria. He's in seventh with 52 points. Zach Erickson has 52 points. And then three-way tie for ninth place. Anthony, Cameron, John. And they all three have Alabama winning. So that's the top 12 in the bracket challenge. So the other half of the Sweet 16 games tonight. Not even sure who plays tonight, but I think Creighton and who does Creighton play? Creighton plays somebody. That's all I can remember. So let's run through the chat real quick. Please tell me they were bricking. Bricking to me is like crypto to LRS, infatuated. Buyers always win in eBay auctions. Yes, buyers always win. Flipping Sports Guy says, damn Gonzaga last night. Let's see. Bitcoin is going up. Bricking goes up every year. Big Chunkas, what's up? Is there a last place prize? Who is in last place? Let's see. CBS Sports. Last place. I'm guessing you may be in last place, or Flipping Sports Guy. Not looking good, buddy. 38th place. Let's see. Where are we at? Last place. Low Roller Scratcher, he's moved up. You're in 112th. Oh, so you were Ivan. You're the only one. You had Duke winning. Yeah. Not looking good. Last place, my friend Brian, Offbeat All-Stars. He's in last place all alone in 120th place with 26 points. And he has Kansas winning. Wah, wah. He has only a potential of 42. So the lowest potential points is actually Logical Collectibles. Has 29 points. And if everything works out, he'll be able to get 33 total points. So who's his final four? His final four, he has 0 of his final four left. Baylor, Purdue, Indiana, UCLA was Logical Collectibles' final four. Talking Tatis says, did I fall off the bottom of the rankings? So what place are you? Oh, you're Craig. Let's see. You may have moved up. I'm not sure. What's your bracket name? Brian, Tom, Austin, Logical Collectibles, Warrior Cards, Justin, Donovan, Ivan, Jenny, Merle, Jacqueline, Brian, Kyle, Kara, Matt, Dan, R, Smathers, Terry, Adam, Gabriel, Scott, Travis, Will, Kevin, Frank. Oh, where's John at? Where's that 70s card show? Are you? Oh, John's way up there. John's in 28th place, but only a potential of 61 points. Kind of a logjam in 28th. Let's see. Hey, if UConn pulls this thing out, I'll be sitting pretty. Let's see. I'm probably at my peak in 28th place. Can we pull the plug now and call a winner? There's no fun in that. But there's still a lot, even if you're sitting like Ed is in 6th place, but he only has a potential to score 93 points. So there's going to be a lot of people moving ahead of him. If you look at the max potential, I think, so Daniel's in 1st place right now, and he also has the highest max potential if the bracket works out. But that doesn't mean the bracket works out. You might get everything wrong and finish with 57 points. So it's kind of got to be a combination of the two. But if you're down at the bottom and your max and your current is way down, then you're going to be way down. Sal Dougie, my final four is Toast, Arizona, Iowa State, Marquette, Kansas. Oof, ouch. Let's play Name That Player. Again, we're playing Series 1, 2012 Tops. Talking Tatis in 14th place. There you go. You moved way up. Moving on up. 2012 Tops, Series 1. Let's play the game. Name that player. By the way, no scores. We are starting from scratch. Uncle Rich won our first round, and he wins nothing but bragging rights. We just play for bragging rights. So, 2012 Tops. We've been playing a lot of 80s and 90s in Name That Player. Now, Card Hobby says no hints. Okay, no hints. No hints. So here we go. First card up, 2012 Tops. We're giving no hints. So we start from scratch, and we've got a whiteboard to keep score. It is not weeks. Let's see. Dave Magadan, no. Kane, no. Fowler, no. Escobar, yes. Card Hobbyist. It is Alcides Escobar. So the Card Hobbyist scores the first point. So let's move that there, and let's put Card Hobbyist. Oh, this is fun on this board. Boom. First point. Okay. Alcides Escobar. Oh, this is... Oh, no hints. This is a good pack, though. Thank you, Mike. Who's this guy? No hints. You don't need one for him. Or do you? 608 says, years I can do. Card Hobbyist is the fastest fingers. Card Hobbyist takes a 2-0 lead. Derek Jeter. We'll have to put him up there. That card will be in my eBay store soon. 2 points for Card Hobbyist. All right. Okay. This one we may have to give hints. Unless you're a fan of the team. Can you even see the team? This is a tough one. Who's this guy? That's a good guess, Mookie Chilson, but it's incorrect. Couple of good guesses. Flipping Sports Guy is correct. Brent Lillibridge. Okay, so who got that? Flipping Sports Guy is on the board. So it's going to take me a little while to write some of these names down. Flipping Sports Guy. Oh, I'm going to have to shorten up those tallies. Okay. Moving on. Okay. We got a mini card here. Of course, it's the 87 Topps design, which they Scotty Dubs on the board. Scotty Dubs. Flipping Sports Guy. Packing orders and just realized I ordered Card Saver 2s. Ooh, that's a bummer. Those Card Saver 1s are much better. Scotty Dubs on the board. Scotty Dubs. Oh, shoot. Scott. I think I'm writing these too close together. Okay. We're not going to do this one. This is the Golden Giveaway. That's Willie Mays. We won't use that one. Moving on. This is a small pack. How many cards were there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 7 or 8. Okay, so an abbreviated. Okay. Who's this guy? Focus. I don't even know if you can tell it. He looks like a Diamondback from this picture, but he's not on the Diamondbacks. Yes, Uncle Rich. I didn't think. I thought that would be a tough one. Uncle Rich with the point. Mark Trumbo. Uncle Rich is on the board. Uncle Rich. Okay, 2 more cards left. Dude, this is going to be a tough one. Oh, and then it must be a retail. Yeah, it must be a retail pack. This is a tough one. And the last one, since it's a short pack, we're going to... Actually, you know what? I know what we're going to do. Let's see. Not Weeks, not Phillips, not Weeks. Milwaukee Brewers, not Fowler. 2012 Topps, Milwaukee Brewers, not Gene Segura. This guy also played for the Seattle Mariners. We're giving hints now. And then he played with the Royals. And I think who did we have earlier? We had Alcides Escobar. I think he might have been involved in that trade between Kansas City and Milwaukee. Not Kane, not Ramirez, not Hall. This is a tough one. His first name starts with a Y. That might give it away. First name starts with a Y. Yes, Mookie Chilson. Unieski Betancourt. Mookie with the point. Oh, Grandal's a good guess. Unieski Betancourt. Mookie Chilson on the board. We're going to have to get creative for this last card. Mookie. Chilson. I like this. It's we've got no runaway, so it's competitive and fun. Card Hobbyist has 2 points though. Flipping Sports Guy, Scotty Dubs, Uncle Rich, Mookie Chilson with 1 point each. Now we got to get creative. Last card. I was gonna just toss it out, but since there's only like 7 cards in here, we're gonna get creative. This is a league leader card, and there's 3 players on it. So there's a potential to get 3 points. Because you can name each of these 3 players. So if whoever gets them first will get the point. So you'll have to strategize amongst yourselves. Here we go. League leader card. All 3 players are open for points. Who do we got on this card? Fielder, yes. Pujols, yes. And one other. So Kemp, Scotty Dubs. Okay. So I have to go back to see who we got. So the first person back, again, this is on my screen. Scotty Dubs got Prince Fielder. Flipping Sports Guy got Pujols. And where was Kemp? Scotty Dubs was the first to name Kemp. So Scotty Dubs with 2 points with Fielder and Kemp. So Scotty Dubs has 3 points. He has taken the lead, and I think Flipping Sports Guy got Pujols. That was fun. So that was our first round on the new scoreboard. So there's your standings. Scotty Dubs with 3 points. Card Hobbyist with 2 points. Flipping Sports Guy with 2 points. Uncle Rich with a point, and Mookie Chilson with a point. 2012 tops. That was fun. I've got to figure out a way to get this other stuff off. So there we go. That's what I had for today. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening to me rant about babies and Easter and Easter bunnies. Thank you for playing Name That Player. Thank you for filling out a bracket. We will be live tomorrow. So there will be a Hobby Evolution tomorrow morning. There will be a Hobby Evolution tomorrow morning, probably between 8 and 9 a.m. That's typically my weekend time. I will be live on Sunday. Now, next week is going to be a little in disarray. I'm going to get to the chat here before I go. Let's see. So next week, Monday through Friday, will be regularly scheduled. I will be heading back to my mom's on Friday afternoon. So there won't be a Hobby Evolution Saturday or Sunday morning next weekend, but I do want to go live with Mom. So we'll do like a fun Ask Mom almost anything. I don't want to say Ask Mom anything. That could be dangerous. So Ask Mom almost anything on one of those nights. I don't know. Friday, she gets together with it's not really ladies' night, but her lady friends, who some of them are my friends' moms, get together. She's like, "Oh, you can come up to the bar with me on Friday." And I'm like, oh, "Okay." So maybe Friday, maybe after we get back from the bar, we can. That'll be fun. Okay, so I'm gonna go to the chat. Let's see. Rich says, "Are you sure?" Jenny says, "Dang y'all, fast fingers. I thought I had Kemp way before Scotty. Please check where I was on Kemp." Okay, so I'm gonna go back in. Here's how my screen went. Let's see. Where are we at? Betancourt, Grandal, Gom. So Scotty Dubs was the first comment, and he got Fielder. Flipping Sports Guy was the second comment, said Pujols. Dak T-Mac fan was right behind Flipping Sports Guy. He said Pujols. Card Hobbyist was then the next comment, said Fielder. Then it was Mookie Chilson who said Pujols. Then it was Scotty Dubs who said Pujols. Then it was Rich Klein that said Fielder. Then it was Flipping Sports Guy said Fielder. Card Hobbyist said Pujols. Baseball Card Curmudgeon said Pujols. Scotty Dubs then said Kemp. 608 Sports Card said Betts. Mookie Chilson said Kemp. Card Hobbyist said Kemp. And then Rich Klein said Kemp. So it looks like you were fourth on my screen to say Kemp. So that's how the comments went. Let's see. Card Hobbyist says, I got you under me for Kemp. And I think that's how my screen looked as well. Jenny says, Rich, on my screen, you were after Scotty on Kemp. Rich says, okay, I had 5 names between my post and Scotty's. My screen, Rich, you were 4th on Kemp. Fair enough. Where we at? Thanks for your videos on Card Dealer Pro. You bet. Thank you for watching. Just started using. Excellent. Let's see. Mookie says, awesome fun. Thank you. Jenny says it's the way it sends through from our chat to the main or something like that. Yeah, it's kind of in like each individual, it's going to probably look a little different, especially if it's like you posting. Let's see. Flipping Sports Guy says, not on my end. Got to have it on live chat to see order if it was received versus top chat. Jenny says, bring a stack of random Cubs cards and have your mom do name the player to you live. That would be kind of fun. Cubs trivia on the main Cubs guy. No peeking. Just grab a random stack. Card Hobbyist says, words appear on your own browser chat before they are sent out to the internet, so there's a delay as the words race to Bo's internet. Aha. John says, I just started using as well. My A sponsor is pissed. So that's what I had for today. Thanks for tuning in. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel. Back at it tomorrow morning, 9-ish, 8-ish, somewhere around there. So have a great Friday, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.